Would you be surprised if we charge $300 for an interior, $500, $700, or $800 for an interior? Well, if you are, then this video is for you. I'll kind of break down our process on how we're actually able to achieve those higher prices, especially for interior cleaning, because what I see online or what I get in the DMs and the comments is that charging, anything more than $200 for an interior is just absolutely absurd, and my area can't bear those prices. So hopefully this video helps you out. Let's go ahead and get started. What's funny is if you go back to the day that you started your detailing business and you ask your parents, your brother, your siblings, whoever, hey, would you spend $800 to clean the inside of your car? Of course, they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna be like, dude, that's so crazy. Of course, I wouldn't spend that much. That's outrageous prices. No one's ever gonna pay that, right? Because $800 for an interior cleaning is quite expensive, right? So is $600, so is $400, so is $200, just depending on who you ask. But at this point in time, we've charged everything from $200 to $400 to $600 to $800 for an interior cleaning. Now, when I'm talking about the interior cleaning process, this doesn't include anything on the exterior. We're not cleaning the wheels, we're not washing the vehicle, we're not cleaning the engine bay. The most that we do, because we include this in all the services, is we're gonna clean the door jambs, just because that kind of goes for both sides, both the interior and exterior. Regardless, this is pricing just for the interior. Now, typically on the higher range that we charge, it's gonna be one of two things. Either one, it's just a big vehicle like a work truck, a minivan, that is also in just terrible condition. Kids, dogs, pets, pet hair, just caked on crayons, or just really dirty from being a work truck. So that in itself is gonna raise the price much higher. So that's one of the things. Another thing might be because it's in for an odor removal service. Maybe it's a smoke odor, maybe it's urine, maybe there's just some old, nasty, funky, musty smell. But it's gonna be those two things. Either it's a really bad interior that needs a lot of attention and work, or it's also that, but also on top of that, we're doing some type of odor removal, like a smoke or a general odor removal of whatever that may be. So what contributes to be able to charge that much? Well, we definitely thoroughly understand the process and everything that it takes in order to achieve the desired results, or at least do our best in order to get as close as we can to the customer's desired needs, right? So if they have a red stain that's been there from wine for the past 7 years and 3 other detailers have touched it, at that point it's like, okay, we probably won't be able to get it 100%, but we know through experience and skills that where we can actually take this stain and see how far we can reduce it and make the customer happy with it. So it's having a thorough understanding of whatever questions, problems, dilemmas, objections, worries that the customer has. We're able to articulate why that is, why that's not, how to fix it, what might happen, what might not happen, or just flat out say, I don't know what will happen, but we can do X, Y, Z. And this comes back to reassuring the customer that you know what you're doing, that you're trustworthy, that you have proven results. So if a customer says, yeah, well, the other detailer said that, X, Y, Z, and it took 3 days for the interior to dry, and they also said whatever. And you have the confidence and the experience and the know-how to say, well, actually, you know what, with our process, we actually do X, Y, Z, and you actually don't have to worry about X, Y, Z. So by the time we're done with the vehicle, it'll be X, Y, Z, right? Like having a clear focus of what exactly your service does, what it can achieve, and what it can't, and you're able to clearly articulate that to the customer, well, then that assures the customer saying, man, this person, this company, this business, these detailers really know what they're talking about. This is much better than the other 2 detailers that I've gone to, or at least the 2 other detailers that I've talked to about perhaps wanting to take my vehicle to them. This guy or girl is answering these questions way better and has a much more technical understanding of what's going on with the interior. So of course, it's having a very thorough understanding of the entire process, so you can really convey to the customer, say, hey, I know what I'm doing, I've done this before, I know your worries, here's why you shouldn't worry, and here's what I think we can achieve with your interior. Now, the next thing shouldn't be a surprise, but guess what? You actually gotta be able to deliver the results that you talked about so much. Crazy to think about, right? But if you wanna be charging these higher rates, if you wanna be the one that can do like the more intensive work and that you can really take on work that other detailers can't, well, you really gotta show up and really do what you're supposed to do. Now, does that mean you have to have the biggest, baddest, most expensive machines in the be, you know, on the planet? Of course not. We charged high prices when we had our Aqua Pro Vac. We charged high prices when we had our H360 Spider. And we also charge high prices when we have our Prospector 500. And yes, those tools, those machines, definitely helps us get much better and faster results relative to what other detailers are using, just because they don't have that amount of power. So when we're talking to the customer, it's one, we can tell them, hey, yes, we have this specific machine with this specific wand that does this specific process, and because of that, the end result is this for you. So I'm not so much focused on, well, we have a Prospector 500 that was $2,700. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying because X and because Y, it equals Z for you, and I put an emphasis around the Z. So it might be saying, yes, we use a hot water extractor with a specific upholstery tool that reduces the amount of water that goes into the fabric, right? Who cares about that? It just sounds very technical. Which means for you, customer, that within 1 hour of the cleaning being done, your seats and carpeting should be 100% dry. You're not gonna wait days like you did with the other detailer. By the time, an hour after we're done detailing, your interior is completely dry. So that's what I mean by, like, yes, does it help to have big machines? Yes. Do you need it? No. But whatever machine that you're using, word it in a way, use it in a way that it helps benefit the customer. And of course, whatever you're using, Aqua Pro Vac, Mighty, whatever other extractor brands are out there, they're all gonna do about the same thing, right? Of course, they're gonna vary in specs and all that, but if you have an extractor, it's an extractor. You can just about say the same thing, assuming that you're not doing anything weird with your process where you are putting more water down than needed. But things like that, you want to keep in mind of, like, how can I convey what I use and the process that we do to best fit what the customer is looking for. And of course, the next thing is you want to get better at interior cleaning, right? That means expanding your skills and knowledge on what you can do with the interior, right? Do you know how to properly handle, you know, vomit? I know a lot of people don't like doing that. We do it, so we don't get that many of them, but when we do, we charge accordingly. But can you handle vomit? Can you handle blood? Can you handle urine? Can you handle smoke odor removal, right? I've been talking about that this whole video. Do you know what an ozone generator, ozone machine is? Do you know how it works? Do you know what the specs are for interiors? Do you know how long you should run it? Do you know what's gonna happen if you do something improper? Where do you do the ozone? What's the process? Does the weather affect it? Should you do it, in 1 day? Should it be a 2-day job? So things like this, is you need to expand your knowledge and skills to be able to take on those jobs where that customer goes and talks to 4 other detailers and asks, hey, do you do smoke odor? No. Hey, do you do smoke odor? No. Hey, do you do smoke odor? Okay, that guy didn't look that confident. Hey, do you do smoke odor? Like, they're gonna go around asking detailer after detailer, and they're gonna be like, oh no, we don't touch that. Oh no, you can't remove that. Oh no, that's not possible. And then they come to you and they say, hey, do you do smoke odor? And you say, oh yes, of course. And you start asking questions. How long has the smoke been there? Was it a heavy smoked vehicle? Has it ever been this? Has it ever been that? Have you done this? Have you done that? And they're like, whoa, this person's actually asking questions, and they say they can do it, right? And then you have them bring the vehicle in, you inspect it, you give them the proper expectations of saying, hey, look, given on the condition that it's in, right, we're not gonna be able to remove 100% of this odor, just because, man, I can tell you that it's really just into all the fibers. It's been there for 7 years, but we can greatly reduce the odor if that's what you would like. And then go on to all the details. But I'm saying, like, you're able to convey that you know what you're doing, because again, like I said, like I've been saying before, that you're gonna advance your skills. And I know I don't talk too much about this, of like, you actually have to be a better detailer and go learn more skills. But like anything, if you want to charge higher for the exterior, okay, well, now you got to worry about what? Paint correction, ceramic coatings, wet sanding, right? So if anything, you want to increase your skill so that when those, very unique jobs come to you, it's easy to get those jobs, because not many other people do it. And following that same note is that once you become that person that can handle those specific jobs, you can now price just about, not whatever you want, but because they've gone to detailer after detailer and they can't find the proper solution, they come to you and they think, wow, this person knows what they're doing. They can actually solve my problem. And at that point, because they don't have that many options, because you are the authority and the professional in this situation, you can charge what you want to charge, because you know you're going to get the job done right, and that they've tried many other options and they haven't found anyone. Lastly, I can't go without saying this, is that if you want high-paying customers, if you want to be able to price what you'd like to price in your area, regardless of the competition, regardless of, whatever excuses, is that you have to know how to market your your business. You have to understand how to generate leads into your business on a daily basis. If you get that part down right, it's much easier to grow your business, to scale your business, to charge more, to do everything else you want if you know that you have a set, steady flow of customers coming into your business on a daily basis. There's search engine optimization, there is Instagram ads, Facebook ads, there's Google ads, there's YouTube. There's plenty of options for you to do in order to get your business in front of more eyes so those people can get on your website, fill out the form, give you a call, turn into leads, and then some of those will turn into customers. If you're not focused on the marketing as well, you're simply not gonna be able to charge the amount that you want because you have no one looking at your business. You have no one knows that your business even exists, and you're trying to raise your prices and do all these crazy things, and no one even knows that your business exists. So last part, I'll just keep it short, is that you have to focus on marketing. I'll end it right here. Check the video description below for any of the links, like the ultimate guide to start your detailing business. You can find my podcast, the Detailing Business Class Podcast, which is on Spotify and iTunes. I try to upload one every Thursday, which is also on video form. And you can find the other YouTube channels, Proper Care, which is where I talk 100% about detailing related things like how to detail, product reviews. Eventually, I'll make some challenges. And you can also find my podcast YouTube channel, the Detailing Business Class Podcast YouTube video or YouTube channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to everyone on the next one. Bye-bye.